we don't really miss the likes of Barcelona and Arsenal. We don't miss
Arsenal,
them.
you know.
PSG has the upper hand against Madrid. But I want you guys to understand something about Madrid. Alonso is doing a fantastic job.
He's doing a fantastic
we know.
job. I believe Madrid with this, they can beat PSG.
It's going to be a tough fight. I can't
believe they can beat PSG.
No, you know, last... Football Banter. This is Football Banter. Here we banter. We use fact to tell you the truth. You must understand that the Club World Cup has been going on for a while. For those who know, you know. For those who don't know, please get a cup of coffee
and watch Football
and
Banter.
watch Football Banter. Because the story will start now. Okay, let's begin. Ebuka, do you think, based on the Club World Cup, you know, the event that has been going on, you know, the performances of the teams that actually took part, particularly the European teams, do you think that some top guns like Arsenal, Liverpool, Barcelona, do you think if they were part of this campaign, the impact would have been much more better than what we are experiencing?
Okay, now impact, talking about the fans turning up and stuff like that.
Impact generally in football, the play, the fans, you know,
of course, if
and
you have teams, the big teams, all the teams that they are actually big teams in Europe, and currently they're in superb form. So, but teams, traditional teams and big houses like Barcelona, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, forget the fact that there's no way that they could have qualified, but I'm just mentioning them because whether I like it or not, they are a traditional club in Europe, a big house, one of the biggest clubs. Teams like Milan also, AC Milan. So these teams, you see, like in the Club World Cup when it started, we all saw that in all the clubs in the Club World Cup, only Real Madrid could sell out all their tickets. That goes and let me tell you, that Club World Cup, if there was a team like Man U, Barca, they will sell out all their tickets too.
Yeah.
You see those three teams, they are the biggest club in the history of football. Also Liverpool, Milan, AC Milan. You understand? So when it comes to the impact that those clubs are going to give to that tournament is massive. They will draw a huge fan base. See, these are teams that look at Madrid fans. Do you think Madrid fans they are USA for people? No. People traveled all over the world because it's Real Madrid. That is the kind of crowd that Barcelona, AC Milan, Manchester United can also control. You understand? So, but in terms of play, because of form, some teams will vary. Maybe teams like Barca will be doing well. Teams like Arsenal will be doing well now. Maybe teams like Milan, Man U, they'll be getting their ass whooped.
Okay. So, Wizzy, let me get your own point about this thing. You know, Arsenal was second in the EPL this season. Liverpool was first, winning the EPL. Barcelona won the La Liga. Do you think the absence of Liverpool and Barca in this Club World Cup, I mean, it's a huge blow for the World Cup?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so because irrespective of how great these teams are, but we've seen the underdogs in the Club World Cup perform
the underdog
magic. Like nobody would have thought that Fluminense would be playing the semifinals, even though they have huge history, you get. But then we don't really, because I'm playing, I am in the Club World Cup. We don't really miss the likes of Barcelona and Arsenal. We don't miss them.
We
don't miss them. We don't miss them we don't miss them because it's the Club World Cup and it has criteria that will take you there, and
no.
They didn't meet
so
criteria.
That takes me to you being in the Club World Cup. So far, how can you evaluate your performance as a Chelsea fan?
As a Chelsea fan, see, there's one thing about Chelsea, that when it comes to, everybody should know this, that when it comes to competition, that is when you will separate
The boys from the
Chelsea,
men.
yeah, the boys from the men. You get when it comes to there's this thing in our DNA. We don't agree for competition as long as that team is a competition and we go pass through all those group stage. We know they agree, and that's what these boys have done. And for me, I can say the game against we lost against one of these Brazilian club. Is it Flamengo? I can't remember right now. But that game was a blessing in disguise because a lot of people will say, Shebi will go meet if we've been top the group, we'll go meet Bayern, and we didn't meet Bayern. I think Maresca had to learn from that game, and then guess what? We had to face another Brazilian team, which is Palmeiras. We beat them, and we are facing Flam. So that game has really taught him, and I believe that the players have, from one game to another, the players have really learned and tried to improve. So it's a Chelsea thing.
So let me go back to Ebuka. Ebuka,
Yeah.
do you think it's unfair that the Club World Cup did not host Barcelona and Liverpool, being the champions of the two most dominant leagues in Europe?
No, it's not unfair because their criteria is to play the Club World Cup.
I mean,
and Barcelona did not meet, but Liverpool instead, because in the last 5 years,
they've won one Champions
they've
League.
won the Champions League.
And
No, it started. The criteria started in 2021 when Chelsea
Liverpool won in
2019.
2019.
Started in 2021 when Chelsea won the
2019.
Champions League.
Okay.
In fact, we were the first team to even qualify for the Club World Cup.
All right. So, but in England, Manchester City won it recently.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So Ebuka, if you were to take out in all the clubs from Europe, if you were to take out one club to bring in Barcelona, which club would you
our
take
teams dey for don comot Salzburg since now.
No,
Wetin Salzburg dey find for there? Wetin Salzburg dey find for there?
So the only spot that Barcelona can occupy is the spot of Salzburg.
Even see, we can occupy the spot of Dortmund, we can occupy the spot of Benfica and all those other clubs. It's just that in Spain, if Atletico Madrid will go there, say wetin they go find for there?
But they try.
They just
They
happen
try.
this wait, we try.
They try.
They beat Seattle Sounders of USA. PSG flog them. The other team they draw. I've been waiting. They don't.
Coach,
They win.
yes.
Coach struggle to win Botafogo 1-0.
The semi-final is really interesting because we have Paris Saint-Germain and
No, we'll get to the semi-final. Let Ebuka land. So you've cited 4 clubs that Barcelona would have been
better for do better. They were just lucky that in the last 4 years my club have not been my club. But no worry.
But before we get to the semi-finals, because we are barely 2 days to the end of the Club World Cup. 2 days, that's semi-finals and finals. That's 2 playing days, right? So before we get there, I think we have to look at this Club World Cup in 2 different angles. We have to look at it the economic side of it, and we look at it at the tactical side of it. That's the play. So far, Ebuka and Wizi. Ebuka, you have 2 minutes to, bubble down on this. What do you think about the play?
The play.
Do you think so far the play in this Club World Cup has been perfect?
It has been entertaining, very, very entertaining. It has been perfect. It has been good.
The flair was there.
The flair, especially when South American teams, the Brazilian teams are playing, you love it. You see, now we are enjoying the European teams because the big guns are now facing themselves, the likes of Madrid, Dortmund, likes of Madrid, Juve, likes of Bayern, PSG, and stuff like that. But when you see those North American teams, the teams from Asia play against European teams, it's not sweet. But when the South American team face any other team in the world, it is sweet. Those guys, they are so entertaining. I love the South American.
So
team.
Wizi, to you, can we rightfully say here that Europe owns football based on the Club World Cup? What you've been seeing, we have barely 2 days to go, and we have 3 European clubs still there. To play the semi-finals in the likes of Chelsea, in the likes of Madrid, in the likes of PSG, and 1 Latin American club, that's Fluminense. So can we proudly say here that Europe governs the world of football?
It's a two-way thing because football is played in every continent, in every part of the world. But then, in order for you to be dominant, there are some factors that must be put in place. For example, how you invest, how you purchase talent. Now, most of these European clubs don't really. They get this talents from
They don't have
Africa.
their own.
Yeah,
They don't have their
they
own.
have, but
They import.
no, they have, but they
Even
try
the
to,
ones
they
that
try
are coming
to
out
merge-
in overseas, they get there.
Yes,
and
they
come
try to
Europe
merge
again.
the talents abroad and that of theirs, and it's really complements. And so that's making them to be dominant. And they have this investment. They have
really
the
invest in
money.
football.
They have the money to push football. That's why it seems they are dominant.
Sorry, to add to that, even if you go to their national teams, they really invest in football, their grassroots football and
Yes.
everything. The kind of exposure that their players get while playing with even those best talents in other continents, they develop on that, they work on that, they invest, they try to then you see their boys learning from those guys, becoming like them, and then everything just works out. They just start getting those kind of talents also in their own national team, in
So
their
for
clubs
now,
and everywhere.
they are dominating the world of football. And if you go through the World Club World Cup, they had the highest number of participants.
So you accept with me that they govern the world
Yeah,
of football.
kind of, in a
So
way.
this one will take us to our next topic, maybe, and the subsequent episode, the episode to come. Europe without, in quotes, those coming from outside, can they withstand? Can they have a league of their own? We'll talk about that. But let's round up the show by Ebuka. Last word.
Coach, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask
Just ask us questions,
you are facing Real Madrid is
They
facing
face PSG.
in the semi-finals. You are facing PSG. Going into that game, are you confident enough? Like coach, you know your team. Are you confident enough that you can take all the 3 points or you can win PSG in that game?
First tell us if football is wrong.
Guys,
Because if you go through now, I want to give you an instance where it seems it's really dicey for you guys. Mbappe need to start again. No, is a problem. I don't know.
It was not fit,
He
but now
was
he's
not
back.
fit. But now this other guy is giving them the
Garcia.
result.
Okay.
Yeah.
Garcia is good, but Mbappe will start that game.
Let me come in,
So,
guys.
answer the question.
Before I get in, before I answer this question, let me take a cup of water, please.
Okay. The White House.
This is where the banter begins.
Okay.
I was trying to dodge away from this, but Wizzy, you brought it up. No, with all sincerity. Wizzy, PSG is a formidable team.
Yeah.
They're a tough opponent for Madrid this season.
Okay.
They're the champions of Europe. I give
Okay.
them caps. I respect them. It's going to be a tough match. But Wizzy, you are playing against one small club. We don't even know where that
Fluminense
club
is not
Leave
the
that with the ask- with the ask Madrid first. Nah.
Leave that one.
So, before I get there, it's not going to be easy. But we'll see what we can do.
Coach, what do you think will happen?
For now, PSG has the upper hand against Madrid.
Uh-huh.
But I want you guys to understand something about Madrid.
Yes.
Alonso is doing a fantastic
He's
job.
doing a fantastic job.
we know.
And that's what I said
see.
about Ancelotti. There comes a time you need to bench these big boys in names of Mbappe, Vinicius. And he didn't understand that. I spoke to Ancelotti too many times from this studio, from this platform, from here. I spoke to him, but I don't think my message went through. Or perhaps he went through and he didn't listen. Because football is all about competitiveness. Competitiveness not only with your opponent, but within the team. You need to fight for your spot. A player who is comfortable is a player ready to give you wrong results or ready not to give you results. I'm telling you this, and this is fact. That's why here in ATW, we banter based on fact. A player who is comfortable on his spot, we've seen that too many times, ends up not giving you the right result.
So in essence now, with
So what I'm saying
Alonso is doing.
now what I'm saying, Alonso is doing a fantastic job. You can see Vini running from one end to the other, chasing
No,
ball.
because if he don't play, they go
if he
bench
doesn't
am.
do that,
They go bench him.
bench. Now you see Adagula even starting. You see Brahim Diaz starting. The thing now, everybody's confused. They are now in the state of, am I welcome here or not? And there football begins to get interesting.
So with that, you believe Madrid with this, they can beat PSG?
It's going to be a tough fight.
You believe they can beat PSG?
No, last year my formula failed me.
So you
And,
don't agree?
This year, I'm coming up with a different formula.
Coach, must spare you all the stress. Must tell you what to happen. Madrid go play ball. They are doing well.
The PSG
during when the season don't start fully, we go see Madrid. But you see that game, when Hakimi first catch down your left back.
So,
PSG go do Madrid. They will beat. See, to be honest,
Ebuka, what are your prediction?
My prediction: PSG will flog Madrid.
How about
they
the
will
other
win
game?
Madrid. They will evict Madrid. They
How
will
about
kick
the other
Madrid out.
game?
Chelsea.
You know why? You know
See,
why?
make I know that Chelsea game, Chelsea go through. Chelsea go.
You know why? You know why I know if you spend my time there about Ebuka? Because they say.
Okay, you never face any tough team where
person way you know wear shoe. Person way know wear shoe go look somebody who wear slippers insult them.
Okay.
Ebuka, you know the club wake up. Now you the talk say PSG go win me, boy, you never play.
Okay, sorry.
Because of your black belly, you know one they can go through.
No, not be bad belly.
Bet
just fact.
But this God.
Okay.
What is serve?
But it not deny sin.
For the first time, coach call God.
It don't pass. It don't pass the formula.
God no say
don't pass the formula.
God no fit accept.
Hey guys, this is where we close.
Me Madrid go drop
My prediction.
This is our last hope, and we must grab anything we meet on the way.
Okay.
My
you
prediction.
see where Chelsea Dutch bar. Chelsea is supposed to play in Madrid too, but Chelsea
for flog now. No worry.
Chelsea
My prediction against Fluminense. Thiago Silva, sorry, but now Chelsea, now we need them. So Chelsea will scale through, and I'm seeing a Chelsea PSG final.
Okay.
Clap for yourself.
And Chelsea go win them.
Clap for yourself.
I didn't want to come out. Me or boys go rest.
So semi-finals. The first leg is going to be played today. That's Fluminense against Chelsea. We wish both teams good luck. Whoever sails through get to meet either Madrid or PSG. And this is where we call it a shot for this episode and for today. Like, subscribe, and comment. We need them because it's football banter. And the banter continues. See you.
Ciao.
Football Banter.